Hey, Danny, how are you?
I'm well. How about you, Noela?
I'm doing okay. Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you great.
All right,
Where are
good,
you?
good.
Where are you? That looks like some spaceship or something.
Oh, this is the boat.
Oh, the boat. Are you selling?
Yeah,
Are you selling?
yeah. And well, actually, right now we're in a marina, in a port, but there's some very nasty weather, so it's a lot of rocking at the moment. How are you, Danny? It's so good to see you and so good to hear from you.
I'm well. I'm hanging there. So I started a new career, and I just it's a brand new thing. It's a biotech thing. I'm just kind of imagine I just joined Google and reporting to Suzanne, kind of like that. And I'm trying to
I see.
and I'm kind
I
of,
see.
you know what I'm saying? Like I was there.
Yes,
eh,
yes,
put
yes.
that out in their mentality. Right now, I'm reporting to CISO, Chief Information Security Officer. It's like Susanna's level. I'm trying to kind of figure out how to communicate with him. Well, no, I don't have like 1 hour, like a 10 minute.
Yes, yes, yes. Susan kind of style. Okay, got it. And your role is, what is your role?
My role is they have a startup mentality. They do not have a solid incident management process. Everything is tribal knowledge, pretty much. There's no system, and it's very disorganized, very silo, just like Google, kind of. Very much when I joined. And I feel, hey, this is like deja vu. So
Hmm.
it's holy Christ, what I got into. Well, it's okay. I like it. And so that's kind of
Okay,
why I'm in. But the only thing is, it's in the biotech industry. You know, they are focusing on having a blood kit that able to detect blood and advise early potential cancer symptoms before it really materializes. So what they're doing is just make sure the patient has some additional time that, oh, this could materialize with patients. This is what it looks like, and it's buying time. It's not for treatment, it's detection. That is the
yeah, yeah,
key.
yeah, yeah. That's fine because the early detection matters.
Yeah.
Okay, wonderful. That's worth working on.
Yeah, I
Okay,
know that's something different. You know, it's not as good pay as Google, of course, but I think something different, meaningful that I want to explore. And the manager there, it's just kind of like you know, a lot very approachable, very personal, very caring. And that itself is a big compensation, right? Someone really cares, you know, someone like running around but never have time, but always makes time, is there when I need it. So all this is just I just got reordered. So a lot of things just happened recently. So I just feel like,
okay,
and I just chill. I'm not there for too long, just a couple months, things like that. So I'm still trying to
okay.
finding my way around there. And I thought, hey, you know, I'd like to talk to Noela just to share with you all the things that happened and get your feedback. And of course, say hi to you. I wanted to make that connection with you. And
Of course,
whatever
of
you're
course. It's
doing,
always good to see you.
yeah, so that's kind of what I'm doing right now. You know, it's a mental park.
Okay. So, Danny, couple of questions.
Yes.
Well, actually, before I start with questions, I'm going to say something that I think is very, very important.
Mm,
We can only succeed
mm,
if we know what's expected of us.
right.
In other words, you can't succeed at something you don't know what that is.
Right.
So, very, very important. When you're working in a new team under new management, always ask, look, I
Mm,
want to do what's right for the company. I want to do what's right for the role. For me to understand, for me to succeed, I need your support on a
right.
couple of things.
Right.
One is I need to know what your expectations are,
Right.
and I need to know, I need to get feedback along the way. So this is about kind of setting the stage
Mm,
for number one, I'm open because I know you, Danny, and I know you are open to receiving feedback
correct.
and adjusting to fit the expectations.
Mm,
Okay, now Let's put that aside. The next question is this setting up an incident response team in your perspective?
Yeah, so
What is it? Are you being asked to set up an incident response protocol or team or you name it? What is
yes.
it? Do you know?
Sure, absolutely. I'll give you some first high level. The first part is the documentation. They have multiple response plan. There's no ownership. It's outdated. So first assignment, I'm asking to consolidate and clean it up. You know what, Noel?
Okay.
What this is the first thing. Sometimes we new. You know, in how Google we only do security
It's
trust.
how we did it. It's how we did it.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, remember, we didn't have the playbooks.
Right.
We worked on all of that. You were a big part of that, Danny, if you remember, setting up the playbooks, making
Right.
sure everybody learned the playbooks that was going to participate. Roles and responsibilities were very, very clear in incident response, and education of the rest of the company on how to detect and what to do in case of an incident.
Correct. Correct. And this is something I want to run it by you. Now I'm also responsible for physical security incidents, which I never done.
Okay.
I want to get your input on that because I start to put my nose there, and I think some people might say, "Hey, this is not your area. Why you care?" Because they have the health, physical security people. So I want to get your advice, but physical security is also under CISO, right? Under CISO. So that's
Okay,
something
but
new.
is there somebody already responsible for that, Danny?
Yes,
Is there?
yes, there is, but I don't think they really care much. And the CISO asked me to poke my nose there, but I got to be very diligent, right? Because I'm
Yeah, you have to be careful and you have to. So, the number one thing
yeah.
that I suggest, Danny, and you can do this, display curiosity. Ask this person questions. Say, hey, I'm new here, I'm
Yeah.
trying to understand. Do you follow a specific protocol for your physical security incidents? Should we work together to make sure there is a common protocol? Is there, something that, because a physical security, you can explain it, right? A physical security incident easily turns into a digital security incident.
Right.
Why? Because if somebody breaks into your premises and is able to steal information, they're effectively invading your area
Yeah.
of digital security and protection. Okay. So this is a very good way to just approach the person and evaluate how interested they are in doing something, how much they have already done. Maybe the CISO doesn't know and is asking you to do something because he's just or she's just curious or just doesn't get the answers that they need. But give this other person a try. I mean, see if you can, collaborate and, go with humility
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
curiosity.
Got it. Got it. It's a he, and he just joined recently, so he's like me, kind of exploring things like that. He's brand new, pretty much, but he's been in the industry for over 20 years, so very seasonal, like Suzanne.
Okay, all right, okay, that's fine. That's good. That's good. Everybody's learning. It's a great opportunity to create relationships
Yes.
and to treat, and Danny, I know you do this. You're a wonderful team member. You're a wonderful teammate. These are your assets. You understand the field of incident response very, very well. These are great assets. So what you need to do is just connect with people without fear. You're not going in to take their job, even if the CISO may have misconstrued what they want from you. You still should go in with curiosity and humility and see what this other person will tell you.
Yeah. That's what I do, but that's what I do. But I always get to good to hear from your perspective. As went through
Yeah.
this, and yeah, it's good to hear your advice, from outside, and especially with these new area, new people that I know I had the formula. I need to make it repeatable, the whole process, but. It takes a little bit of time to gain people trust, to prove things like that, right?
Of course, of course, of course. And I mean, to some degree, because it's a startup, it is problematic in some ways, but it's a blank slate, at Google, everything was so ingrained. It was very hard to change people's minds.
Right.
But you are uniquely positioned in a startup to actually shape it.
Yes.
It's different, right? Now, I did want to remind you, there is a lot of materials out there that are publicly available, like the white paper we wrote. You remember on incident response, you can leverage it
Yep.
to
Yep.
actually compare notes and even to present it. That's the other thing, education, right? If you educate people, they start to trust you. And you were all, it's something you did very, very well too. Do you remember? You set up the education. And so these are things, Danny, that are, don't forget, go back to how you grew within Google and what you did and try to do some of that similar education, consolidation, organization, and then obviously building relationships because all of that needs to be accepted. And
Gotcha.
you remember the worst, the what was it that we call them? The worst that we used to have a story that we would tell about the things that went wrong.
Right. Right.
You know, what was it called?
Retrospective.
It was no, it wasn't retrospective. It was something that was started actually by Heather Atkins, and it was this thing where she would present stories of things that
Ah.
went wrong.
Yeah. Yeah. I remember that. I know. I don't remember what she called right now. Something about.
Anyway,
Yeah. I know. I did. She did that, and yeah, she did that. I forgot what that is now.
that's a great way to educate people is to share some of the stories. They love it. The only thing is don't ever forget, and this is something you not always didn't always remember to follow the rules when it comes to legal. Just
Yeah.
talk to your legal department and make sure that you understand the governance of sensitive information. Like an incident, right? Because if you want to do a war story, you need to get approval from legal. I mean, how do they want you to capture information? All of these things, don't forget that.
I am making my ally legal because I tell
Good.
in my heart we cannot go to the bathroom without legal approval.
Very good. Excellent. Excellent. And so that's perfect. So
That's
now
my
you got
thing.
that done.
That's my thing. That's my thing.
Yeah,
And
yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
Noella, I just have additional factor in legal now because I have to worry about HIPAA, I have to worry about FDA, I have to worry about SEC, and God knows how many else. So I need legal to watch my back as what I write, what I say, what I output, and I already built a legal relation with her. So I think she knows, and I volunteer to shape the incident response playbook just to kind of earn some trust that Danny is taking a stab and is consulting with her. So these are the things I did.
Excellent.
That's the thing.
Excellent.
Yeah, and the thing I probably lack experience is cybersecurity, and two is mingle with the CISO. Those are the two things I've never done before, but it's a good experience. And I want to give you advice, in talking with the CISO, how to deal with CISO, which only have maybe 20 minutes of a time, how busy they are. And I want to get your take when you start working. How did you manage and deal with Suzanne?
Well, I mean, I think that there were a couple of things, right? One is understand what the person cares the most about. Okay, and that's very, very important. Try to get from them to tell you what they envision, what are their fears, right? In terms of incidents and incident response. And this is questions that don't just, you don't just throw it at them. You let them know, look, next time we meet, I would really like to hear about X. Because these are busy people. I want to make sure that I'm not only addressing what I believe are the important aspects of this space, which is security and privacy and all of that, but that it addresses any concerns, whether it is in the actual valid concerns on topic or valid concerns on methodology, right? Maybe this person will tell you, yes, great, I care about incidents, but I don't want all my engineers spending all their time doing X, Y, Z. So you need to hear them out, one. Two, you need to provide them, never forget this, never blindside them. You have information, you let them know. And that's the other thing that you need to make a little bit of a handshake with them and say, look, I want to keep you in the loop. The way I've done it in the past, it depends on the leader I work with. So, for example, with one of the leaders, I use chat. With another leader, I would email, depending on the severity of the topic that needed to be addressed or raised. How do you prefer to work? So ask them how they prefer to work because you want to work in a way that works for them.
Got it. Got it.
So don't forget that. Ask them. The other thing that I think is after you hear of their concerns, don't jump on it. Just note them down and then come back with potential solutions. So people at that level don't want to give you the solution. They want to give you the problem and they want you to solve it for them. So you're first asking them for their problems, and then you're coming back with potential solutions. And, in all of these cases, you need to ask, I'm going to, have a couple of ideas on how we can solve for this problem you mentioned. Now, how would you prefer that I share that with you? I'm happy to write a document, happy to do a quick, presentation, happy to chat, like this. I just want to make sure that I'm addressing your problems. And I want to make sure that I do it in a way that you like to work. Yeah.
I like that. I like that because right now when I forgot when I was doing the investigation, just like this week, there was someone talking about in the security say, hey, we have gaps in security camera, right? And my first mistake is I told this information to the CISO, but I did not have additional detail like where, how big was the gap, how long this.
You're bringing a problem, not a solution. So you want to, unless it's something urgent, right? Like you say, oh my God, something horrible is about to happen or just happened. Then you need to let them know. Okay, if there is an incident, right? Something that's going to go out in the news. But if it is something that we think is a vulnerability, figure out, who owns the vulnerability, who is managing it, and then give the CISO heads up. If you need their support to solve a problem that you consider high priority, you need to let them know. Great leaders will tell you, we are here to guide, provide, like a mission, a vision, and then to unblock people. So if you're finding a solution and you realize that that solution may be the only solution to a problem that may become a serious risk, then you have to, and you find a problem. You can't really solve it because you either need a person or you need a tool or you need God knows what, right? You need to let them know. You need to let them know. You need to say, look, there is a problem. There is a potential solution I can think of. I will need your help. And your help as follows.
Do I present a solution, then a recommendation, and let them pick? What do you suggest? Or should I go that deep, or what do you think? To CISO.
Well, if it depends on the problem, right? There are certain problems where you say, okay, there is this problem, and there is 3 potential solutions. One that fully solves, for example, the problem, one that solves it 80%, and one that solves it 50%. And the 50% is much cheaper. You can come back and say, look, my recommendation is not to go for 50%. There is still too much residual risk, for example. So I would encourage us to invest a little bit more and potentially get to at least the 80% bar. Yeah, so yes, and this is an example, right? So you're coming in with, hey, this is a problem that has been identified. I believe this is a risk worth addressing. It's not a risk I would absorb. I think it needs to be mitigated or addressed. There are 3 possible ways we can do this. and based on cost, my recommendation is X. And then they may come back and say, okay, let me think about it. Or they may come back and say, hey, you know what? I'm really concerned about this, so let's go full steam ahead, 100% solution. So you don't know because there may be items you are not aware of.
Correct.
But the most important thing is when you are going to present the problem, be crisp. Explain why this is a problem and what is the likelihood that this problem will materialize, that this risk will materialize. So that it's already a problem, right? But it hasn't been exploited like a vulnerability.
Correct.
And vulnerabilities are potentially the most critical thing in security.
Yes. Because
okay,
patient data could get stolen, equipment could get stolen, IP could get stolen. That is the CISO worry right now.
Yeah, exactly. So whenever you see that, and there are many ways in which this can happen, right? It could be that, as you said, there is a vulnerability in a camera, right? Yeah. And so somebody can tap into the camera and then steal information by actually reviewing video or processing video from sites. You need to think more as a detective in many ways and think a little bit also as a criminal. If a criminal were to want to take advantage of this, right? How could they do it?
Yeah,
so
I like
in
it.
A way, that's very important, right? Because we don't solve for everything, but we need to solve for the most likely scenarios that could cause real harm.
Yeah, I like that. I think what you say is great. Takeaway, present solution as well. Don't just present problems, recommendation. Think like a detective. Think like a criminal. All this stuff.
Yes.
And build a collaboration with the people so they're not feel threatened there to do their job. They might have sat in on this for years potentially and accepted the risk. So they're just like stale. You know what I'm saying? Nothing has happened. Everything's cool, right?
Yeah, you definitely don't want to be the one that uncovers a problem in another part of the company and, calls it out before you do a little bit more investigation as to, hey, you guys are aware of this? Have you considered solving for it? If not, why? Just curious, right? So don't just hear the problem, hear a little bit more so that when you share it with the CISO, if it is, in the context of, hey, I know this is a problem and it's not getting resolved, it's a major accusation potentially for somebody else.
Yeah.
So don't do that without reasonable level of investigation that they're truly not attending to their job.
Correct. So, correct.
Yeah.
Well, Noela, I want to stop. I don't know how much time you have. Tell me what's going on with you. Share what's a new book, new chapter. What are your new goals? I'd like to hear from what you venturing right now.
Thank you, Danny. Well, right now I'm sailing and traveling. Doing a whole lot. On the side, been learning a whole lot about AI. Did a couple of panels. Sharing about artificial intelligence, in trying to get more into consulting, more advisory roles, more potential, board roles, but that's very hard. So I'm working on all of that, building relationships, doing a few panels, getting your name out there, and I'm also thinking about other businesses that are more like brick and mortar businesses on the side. Other things that I like to do. But so it's a little bit of my hands on a few things, and we're even thinking about a startup in the biotech space. So lots of little things working right now on all the burners on my stove.
Are you still?
So I don't know.
Are you still leaning towards doing something on, or potentially you want to join another company? Are you still exploring right now?
I'm definitely not very hot about going to another company right now, unless it's a company that is doing something that is so meaningful that it really is something I want to be a part of. Like, I think that what you join is something that can be very meaningful.
Yes.
So, it's not about the money, it's all about making this amazing dream come true. Okay? Then I would join. But just being, a little bit of a pawn in the chess game, no.
It has to
You
be
know,
something impactful, something that touches you.
something, not only that, it's not only because, that, gives you excitement every day when you go to work, right? You're
Yeah.
excited about what you're dreaming about, what you're building. It's also that it sets you up for the future. Like, I know now that in order to get more into advisory roles or board roles, you really do need a bit more business acumen. So startups can give you that. Or if you get a very senior role in a company like Google, then you may also be able to leverage that.
I see. I see. When remember next time you had these conference talk that have Zoom, please loop me in.
Yeah.
Please,
Okay.
please loop me in. I will attend whenever I can.
Okay.
I I
I will do that.
I will send you a reminder. As long as Zoom, whatever you think I can attend, San Francisco, whatever. Please keep that in mind. I would love to hear those. And you mentioned AI. AI is so important right now, and
Oh, it's super important. Yeah.
I am constantly using AI the prompt engineer is so important. And you'd be surprised,
Yes.
a lot of people still don't use AI in this company, right? I found it amazing, right? It's like a personal assistant, personal intern to do the heavy lifting, do the
Yes,
analysis.
yes, yes. Yes,
So,
yes. You have to be careful with the data, though.
absolutely, absolutely.
Because if you use tools that are publicly available tools like ChatGPT and all of that, you have to make sure that you're doing it under some kind of agreement or license that protects your data.
Absolutely. And they have licensed Google Gemini, so everything is in place already. That one I can use no problem. there's a,
Okay,
there's
good,
a, there's
good,
an
good.
enterprise license, and so everything that's ironed out. It just
Okay,
I cannot go out to some other AI to put information there. That's
yes.
probably common sense not to do it.
But I think if you have Gemini, that's sufficient. It has a lot of the tools that you need.
Yeah,
If
yeah.
they have a license, Gemini is good. It's good.
So there are I like you. So you are really kind of exploring, taking your time.
Yes.
And I saw your LinkedIn, you joined this association. Can you tell me about that? I forgot the name.
Which
In
one?
the LinkedIn you updated like last time, a few months ago, something about Women's Association. I forgot the name.
So yeah, I am in Wellesley BLC, which is a Business Leadership Council.
Yes.
It's actually Suzanne nominated me. It's basically just a group of very senior women leaders that all went to Wellesley. It's a little bit of a club. That is, yeah. We'll see. I'll see how it pans out. But I joined a leadership council for Grateful Giving. It's just this group of this guy who started a company basically. It's a nonprofit. And what they do is they have an app, and if you join, you can take a look at it. If you join, you can select to have purchases, then take a small amount. Say you buy every day a Starbucks coffee, and you say, okay, I'll give 1 cent extra to this grateful giving, and I'm going to donate it all to this charity. It just makes it very, very easy to do it. It's an app that just basically makes that easy. They have chapters throughout the United States, so I joined the one in New York. And then I'm part of Infranets. Infranets is Infrastructure Non-Executive Directors. That is board members that are focused on infrastructure, data centers, power, all of that stuff. And I was pulled into that by another friend. So I'm not really a non-executive director yet, but they accepted me, so I'm part of that group of people.
So
So I don't know which one it is that you're referring to, but yes, I'm doing a little bit of everything.
yeah, it's the woman one I remember. There was this association with
Yeah.
that one. I saw you update linking. something about executive advisor. There was a blog there. I remember seeing
Yeah.
that. So
Yeah.
I thought that was good. In the future, like you have any like good information, just copy me or just send it to me. Say, Danny, this might be
Mhm.
helpful. Things like that. And I want to,
I will do
I
that.
want to stay in touch with Noela. So, and
Of course.
what is your time availability? Like, can we have like a monthly check in? Would that be okay?
Absolutely. Danny, I'm always here for you. So, yes, just go ahead and set it up and we will just chat.
We will. How about like this time? What's your preference? Thursday,
Yeah,
Friday.
this time works.
This time
But
works.
as I travel, 6 p.m. is usually, this is 6 p.m. my time right now. It is fine.
Where
It's good.
where are you? I'm sorry. Where are you right now? Which country?
In Greece.
In Greece.
Yeah.
Is this your
So,
boat? Is this your boat? This one?
this is our boat. Dimitris is had. Yeah.
Did you have time to give me a quick 5 minute tour? Or next time?
Next time.
Okay, next time.
Okay. All
So
right,
let me set
Danny.
up a in 30 days. I'll set with you. And in case I need to consult with you, can I text you? Is that the best way?
Of course, of course. Yes.
Yes.
Just go ahead.
Oh,
Yes, you don't need to ask for permission.
well, I
Go
don't
ahead
know
and
where you
text.
are, so I want to be respectful of your time.
Of course. I know you are. Danny.
All right,
All right,
Noah.
my
Thank you
friend.
so much. I'll send a meeting. I'll recap everything so you remember too.
Okay.
Thanks, Noah.
All right. Best of luck.
Bye bye. Bye bye.
Bye.